How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. You must be feeling pretty wonderful these days, I hope.
Yeah. I was not expecting to get in, so
That's so great. I
yeah.
was so pleasantly surprised to hear that. Um, let's see, how long were you waiting? I guess it was late March when the the main everyone basically found out, and then
Mhm.
you were on the wait list for, I guess, about a month, right?
Yeah, I got accepted last weekend. Yeah.
Okay. That's not that's not too bad. I've
No.
seen some worse scenarios before where people are on the wait list until like August, and then they find out, and then they have to decide in like a week or two if they're gonna do it or not. And oh, that would be such a pain.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so great. Well, congrats, Manon. I mean,
Thank you.
it's fantastic news, well deserved in my opinion, and yeah. You're,
Thank you.
how did you find out? What was that moment like?
I actually got accepted on Wednesday and didn't realize.
Oh,
I, last Wednesday. I got an email that was basically like I thought it was an introduction to like the possibility of the winter program,
oh, okay.
but it said congratulations on it. So kind of I think I read it too fast and I missed that part, and it ended up being the acceptance. And then a couple days later, I got the real letter, and I was like,
Okay.
wait, what?
It's
Yeah,
like, welcome to the winter program that you are going to be a part of. Wouldn't it be funny if they introduced it like in a funny way like that? They had like a real sense of humor about it.
yeah,
That would be very funny.
yeah.
Um, awesome. Wow. Well, that's so great. I'm so glad to hear this.
No
And also
worries.
I'm very excited just to go through this again because I haven't seen your portfolio for a long time. And yeah, I mean, I know that we chatted about this a whole bunch, but I really love how individual your portfolio was. Like you had certain ideas, certain visions in how you approach this, and you're just like, I am going for this. Like I'm not gonna just make something that is like, not me. And so at least that's how it feels from my point of view. I'm putting words into your mouth, but that's how it felt like, and I'm so glad that yeah, you're gonna be able to create some of your stories into reality once you're in the
Yeah.
program.
I mean, I think some of the pieces ended up being more risky than I thought they were going to be.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to talk about this later when you ask the questions too, but
Mhm.
like embracing my weird was definitely
Yeah.
something that I like dove into.
I'm so
And
glad.
I'm really happy I did it because I don't think I
Yeah.
could not dive into my weird ideas. But
Mhm.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was definitely more risky than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. And honestly, that's why I'm so looking forward to chatting about this with you because, there's so many ways to approach this. And sometimes yeah, this is getting way ahead of ourselves, but nonetheless, like whenever someone has like, well, something like this, for example, as a potential character, I'm
Yeah.
just like, yes. Like we need to do this. Like how can we make this like yeah, because animation is so many things, and I think it's too common for everyone to just like interpret animation as being the big studios, but it
Mhm.
is so much more than that. And whenever anyone expresses like a shred of interest in that wider world beyond those studios, I'm like, okay, let's just turn up the weirdometer by like 30 degrees, and that's how we're gonna do this.
Yes. Well, I
So,
know like you started introducing me to so many cool different animation styles because I really
mhm,
only knew of like a few stop motions, and then Disney and Pixar
sure,
were the main ones I knew.
yeah.
So you started introducing me to all like the niche animation studios and all the
Mhm.
cute stories where it's like the simple things that just like they just made a whole story out of it. And I
Yeah.
kind of fell in love with that. And I
Oh,
was like,
great.
I don't, because in my, before going into this, I was like, I want to work for Disney.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I would love to do something niche and weird that just follows like some cute little story. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I'm so glad to hear that. I mean, Disney's a fine approach too. And if anyone's
Yes.
watching, go for it. But definitely well, first of all, if anyone gets into animation, you're going to find out about a whole bunch of different options available. that are not just like, yeah, those main ones. And I think it's so great to at least be exposed to them and for them to kind of rub up against your idea of what animation is. One of the quintessential ones I just want to throw out there is like one from like quite a while ago now, but the Triplets of Belleville, which I don't know if you've have you seen it? You have seen it. Okay,
I
great.
haven't seen it, but you showed me a
Oh,
lot of
okay.
clips from it, so I
I,
know that's
yeah,
the main one that like changed my perspective, I guess.
right.
Because I mean, working for Disney would still be a dream, but I
Yeah,
was when I saw that, I was like, that's there's I just didn't know there was so
it's
much
so
more out
fun.
there. So yeah,
Yeah, and it's so strange and grotesque, like the character designs. But anyways, it's just like, yeah, there is a lot out there, and maybe you still do. You go work at Disney for a little while, and then that contract ends, and then you go work at another state. Like it's
yeah,
a yeah, your life is such a it could be such a range of different things. It doesn't have to be like entirely behind one big boat. So
yeah,
that's all. But anyway, so wonderful score, and you're applying directly from high school.
yeah.
So this is you are the second person this year, and honestly, most years that I've worked with that where you've gotten in straight from high school. So this is just tremendous. I'm so psyched about this. Um, Regarding your score sheet, how do you feel about it overall?
There were a couple where I was a little disappointed,
Yeah.
but there were most of it I was like, yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Yeah. Was
So
what was it this last little number down here? Is that part of it? Or
that was part of it. And
yeah.
honestly, the perspective drawings I thought
Yeah.
were going to be
Yeah.
a little different. I was
Sure.
that one, I think, because I was, at least for the outdoor perspective, I feel like I
Mhm.
improved so much with that
Yeah,
that I had really high hopes for it.
for sure.
So I was a little surprised by the score, but
Yeah, I agree. Those are the two. And storyboarding, I would say too. I was a little bit surprised about like that many marks. I'm like, oh, I don't know. But anyways, who can disagree with the opaque behemoth that is the Sheridan portfolio markers? Okay, so I mean, 9 out of 10 on the hands. So let's have a look at those hands first off. So yeah, wow, really
I was
great.
pretty happy with how they came out.
Yeah, for sure. And so I noticed that you're right-handed in
Yeah.
your drawing. So this could very much, you could have absolutely done this from life with your left hand. Was it,
Yeah,
was
I
it, or
I didn't
both?
take pictures. I did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you. Wow, you're purist. Yeah, I mean, so many people do take pictures now, and like, it's fine. I mean, not according to Sheridan, of course, they want you to do it from life, but it's so great that there's still some people that are doing it from life. I always did it from life, and I found like, there's quite a lot of range you can do with it still. Some poses might feel weird to hold, but the nice benefit of it, of course, is that you can look around it a little bit and figure things out where you
Yeah.
can't with a photo. So that's great. Yeah, really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. I think the only thing looking back at it is I feel like one of the fingers is too big on the second one.
Sure. Is it the
But
the middle finger or
yeah, I feel like
yeah,
the middle finger and the one on its right are a little bit too big. But
sure. Oh yeah, yeah, could be. Yeah, I mean, those are those are small beans, I think. I think
yeah,
overall, this is very clear. The angle's super consistent. I think they really like when it feels like you can animate between those two poses, and also we have a nice three-quarter view, so we get like a little bit of the side palm and bottom if we were to see that. So that's great.
mhm.
So 8 out of 10 on figures. So let's have a look. So this is really great because I mean, figure drawing is one of those areas that, to be honest, most folks that are in high school have just so little opportunity to really practice regularly, aside from online references. You did some in-person classes, I remember, right?
Yeah, I did 6 sessions with the University of Waterloo was doing like free ones every Wednesday. So
Right.
I went and did those. So I got
Nice.
a few tries.
Yeah. And and you did some online too? You did a little bit of additional online training, or did you?
When I started practicing, I started with the new Masters Academy videos, I think.
Sure. Yeah.
That was like the first couple weeks that I was figuring it out and like
Mhm.
working with Conte because I hadn't done that before either.
Yeah, of course.
So I was kind of learning how to do Conte with the digital stuff. And
Sure.
then I ended up going to the first session in like November, I think. And then I kept
Okay.
going as long as I could.
Okay, great. Yeah, I think in-person sessions are just so great and in a sort of intangible, indescribable way. I don't understand what it is exactly, but they really are distinct from just working from photos. I think working from photos is great too. You can do a lot with that. You can have specific studies and such, but to be there and to be, I mean, part of it I think is that it really engages your whole body, your whole like, you're just there, you're present, there's a model, there's people drawing. It gets you in that kind of right mental space to yeah, to work hard and try your best at it. So I
Mhm.
don't know. I think that's great. And that's a great score again from never having done this before. That's fantastic. How long did you give yourself to when you started this again?
It was either November or October that I started, I
Okay.
think. It took us
Wow.
a minute to find one that was happening consistently.
Sure. Yeah.
So once we found it, though, I kept going to that one. And I tried to
Great.
go to as many as I could. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome. That's so great. Oh yeah, I forgot. This was another disappointed. I mean, 13 out of 15 is a great mark. It's a great mark for sure. But come on. I mean, look at this guy. He's just fantastic. Oh,
I love
so
that guy.
fun. Yeah. Oh, it was so great. And I love like there's little details here, like the sock, the single sock.
Yeah.
And just the pose is very fun. It's like it's actually strangely symmetrical, but it doesn't feel like it in a weird way. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's very fun. No regrets?
Not really. I kind of fell in love with him as I was
Yeah.
coming up with his character. I mean, I probably could. He's a little confusing, I have to admit. It's a little bit hard to tell what's going on with him, but that's kind of what I loved about him. So,
Sure. Yeah. I think you know what's funny about this is that obviously you can't really color this. At least no one does, and I don't think they generally are not. They just want to see the line. So I'd say that would be highly risky. I would be nervous about that. But like if you were to color this, it'd be so easy to color in that mustache because I think that's one of those areas where it's like, what's exactly going on here? Like, but if that was like a different color and then his skin was different, I think it'd be very clear.
yeah,
Yeah, what can you do?
that's the only thing. I think the face is a bit confusing,
Sure. Yeah.
which is also stuff I think when I did the extensive portfolio review,
Yeah.
it was something that came back too. So
Sure.
I might
Yeah.
change the glasses, but other than that,
Yeah. You were committed after a point.
yeah.
Okay, let's see your short animation. Awesome. What did you get again? It was 13?
Either 13 or 14.
Settle down, dude. Let's see. So 14, great. Okay. So that's a great score. I'm so glad because um there were some incredible individual frames in this, and I hope it's maybe evident for folks watching, but if I have to, I'm going to go through it frame by frame. But it is very, very like yeah, there was some really fun. You were doing a lot of fun things about like stretching that volume, and
Yeah.
because there's this whole range of stylization in movement, which is really fun to think about as distinct from just stylizing like a character, design. But you really like you're going for those smears and just like the kind of it has this great wobbliness to it that I think is very fun. And the expression, of course, you're really you. So this was the first short animation object that you could actually give a face because they provided a little very extreme expression for you to choose from. And yeah, so I think, oh, I'm so glad that you had so much fun with this.
Yeah, after you introduced me to how far I could push it, I I definitely had fun making the
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's so great. Let me just quickly try and grab it. Can I can I frame by frame my way through this? Ah, yeah. Oh no. What is I have forgotten the hotkey. Oh, nope, forgot the hotkey. Oh well. Well, that's a great frame as well. But there's the whale frame that I absolutely love that I always talked about. But
Yeah.
oh, it conveys. It conveys. So storyboard. Okay. So beatboard first. So I wonder. So with this one, it's even harder than usual to try and pull apart what exactly it was that that cause the mark loss because there's the two exercises now. There's the beat board and then the 12 panel storyboard. So it's a little bit tricky to kind of determine, but I thought this was such a fun little beat board. I don't know.
I mean, I thought the story was like readable. I
Mhm.
guess like something that I noticed with people who got higher marks is that I mean, even though they said loose line work, I feel like
Mm.
the higher marks usually had a bit cleaner line work.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
maybe that was a part of it.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe the person who wrote that part of the portfolio wasn't marking it that day or something.
Yeah.
Well, I love that there's a resolution here. Like there's an intro, a problem, and a resolution. So I think that you absolutely did achieve, and it's very clear what that is and what is happening. So I don't know. Maybe it was this storyboard. Who knows? But um, and you used your character, and wow, he's looking great. I think you might have cleaned this up a bunch from even when I last saw it. But yeah, and great environment, and wow,
This was the one I worked on the most, like
yeah.
closer to handing it in.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, you set that up there. Okay. And then the birds here. I guess one thing when I'm thinking about it now, like we could miss that. We
Yeah.
could. It's possible because we're looking at him and he's reacting, so we're really looking at him. So, yeah, let's see. Okay, but then the bird flies over, lands on his arm. Um, oh, it's so sweet. Could a frame like that get 14 out of 20? But anyways. Oh, and then he gestures over, and then all of his bird butts come over. That's so great. And you only had 11 panels.
Yeah.
Do you think they were upset about that or something? I didn't even think about that, but how
Maybe.
fun would
I
that
mean,
be?
I was rereading the thing and it said 10 to 15. I meant, sorry,
Oh,
10 to
10 to
12
12.
panels.
Okay, so no, that's
So I
totally
was
fine.
like, I didn't think that would be a problem. Maybe it
Yeah,
was. But
that's
then I think I tried three different versions of how the story would play out. And I
yeah.
always just felt like there was a panel that was kind of useless.
Wow. You were the
So
first person this entire portfolio season to say that. That's great though.
yeah.
Yeah, if you don't need it, why bother? I guess we could have pushed the camera, just nudged it that way a little bit. There, he's almost out of the shot there. Like you could
Yes.
kind of cut him, but
I was gonna say if I had to change one panel in particular, it'd be that one.
yeah,
I
yeah,
wish I had made it like a bit closer to him. And then
sure.
also I realized after the fact, but I forgot to put the tree back in.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh
the tree is
wow.
missing from the background.
The tree, it only emerges when it needs a bird to sit on it.
Yep.
Yeah, mystical tree. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I like it. So yeah, 12 out of 15. This definitely felt weird. Like this one, I mean both of them, but I really do like that. Like it beautiful, like fine line work, very clear what's going on, but very fun to match. Um, I guess is there a possibility that the dragon or like maybe you're trying to do too much is kind of one thing that I'm
Yeah.
thinking about, but I'm not so sure. It's hard to tell.
I don't know. I mean, in the moment, I thought it was a like creative way to turn the room into like something more than a janitor's closet, but
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the thing I did think about that one is I don't really have anything in the foreground,
Yeah.
which might have been a problem.
Yeah. It's funny because we are in the foreground. It is interesting, but huh. Yeah, I guess we could have built up that a little bit.
Yeah, like I could have had a
Interesting.
shelf or something in the corner that had
Sure.
like an extra cleaning product on it. Maybe that would have helped.
Yeah. I do really like how there's a strong story here, though. Like it is nothing is like left just neutral. Like even the computer, the chair, the board, like everything has a bit of wear or personality or just like real life something in it. So yeah, I don't know. It is a bit surprising to me. But and then this one, of course. Wow, you put so much
Yeah.
work into this one.
This one came a long way. I was really happy with how
Yeah,
it turned out in the end.
sure. Yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, and personal work. Okay, so the area that I would and probably you were most surprised about. Um, Wonderful sketchbook with such a good range of different work, from more realistically rendered to natural. Oh, I love this. It's something that we I don't see enough like nature, like stylized nature, fun. Yeah, that's great. And then you digitally painted it too. Okay. And then some character mock-ups. That's great. Were these figures? I guess they were part of your sketchbook.
Mm.
Okay, great.
I mean, looking back, I think I should have put a bit more variety of what I was drawing. I feel like
Sure.
I tried to very like I wish I had put more like environment stuff because
Okay.
it's a lot of character
It's a lot of
development.
people and faces. Yeah,
Yes. So I wish I had done less of that if I had to do it again.
sure. Yeah, I remember seeing these, but wow, these are fantastic. Holy moly. Very great. Oh, yes, and we're going to see more of Todd, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Todd the
Oh,
snail.
such a great, yeah, very fun character. Yeah, nice variation. Okay, so here's Todd. One of your many little story ideas. This is so great. Terrible caffeine addiction. Uh, yeah, so awesome.
I think
I love
he's
how
my
we
favorite.
see,
Sorry,
yeah.
keep going.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I love how we can see that your write-up is so immediately visible on him. Like we can see it all right there.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I think he's my favorite part of the portfolio.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun coming up with his character, and
Mhm.
it was, I just love his vibes.
Yeah. And the other ones too.
Yeah.
They're all very fun. They're like a troupe. Could be all working at the school. Oh, this is such a fun page. The just the play with this is so fun because why not? If you have a character that has this or an alien or anything like this, wow, just go for it and go for it. You did. That's what I find this so fun. Like, oh, it's just so great. Um, yeah, this is a great little. I almost like to be honest. I kind of want to see more of that world. Like.
I know. I wish I tried making some like little almost not storyboards, but like little panels that had like the characters interacting with each
Sure,
other.
like little scenes. Yeah,
Yeah, I just ended up running out of time to finish them and to make them
sure.
like clean enough,
Yeah,
but I would have liked to have added some extra world elements.
yeah, for sure. Well, keep Todd in your back pocket for fourth year. Who knows? Awesome. And so this one was its own piece, is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay, great. It was a little more finished, so you're like, okay. Whereas these are more sketchy, so you put that in your sketchbook and then this is
yeah,
separate. Okay. Yeah. Wow, that's great. So, and then this one as well. This background is just on its own.
yeah,
Okay. This was a fun low angle view of
yeah,
this with a very clear story of mouses in the foreground and all these pictures of cats on the wall,
yeah,
almost like they've entered into the wrong house or something.
yeah.
Mm,
That
yeah,
one was definitely more experimenty
sure.
because that one was originally going to be my interior perspective.
Mm,
I don't know if
yeah,
you remember, but
of
I
course.
worked
Yeah,
on that one for a while as my interior, but it
yeah,
ended up being too wonky, so it
yeah.
turned into a personal work.
I remember part of the consideration here was that there was so many frames, and it's like, okay, do we want that one of like you have two perspective drawings to choose from? Do you want to focus so much on like just images that are on a wall for that
Yeah.
to demonstrate knowledge of perspective? It's a bit risky, right? And there was
Mhm.
this wonkiness in it that is very fun as its own distinct piece,
Yeah.
in a sort of triplets of Belleville perhaps-esque way. But like, yeah, for demonstrating perspective, it's one thing, and then to have an awesome, fun background might be another sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, so we're gonna see more of this one in a moment, but another wonderful little story, which it's funny because both I just realized that Marvin the Marinera and Todd the Snail both have some similarities in their sort of malleability. It's like you really love playing with the shape language and almost like more metamorphosis kind of characters that could sort of be any different shape. So yeah, very fun.
Yeah.
Great. So read this for anyone watching because we're about to see this happen in a minute. But yeah, and a great little addition to this, just like some little prop designs. And
Mhm.
then for the I this is just so fun. And this is I just need to say for everyone, for anyone watching, is that I see this so rarely, and this is such a wonderful personal work idea, is to like build a little set. Remember that stop motion is like the most forgotten about part of animation, but it is such a beautiful aspect of this medium that it is so rarely played with. And oh, this is just like, was this super fun, Manon? It seems like it was so fun.
Oh yeah. I am like I love interior design stuff, so
Mm.
I had so much fun planning out what everything was going to look like and cutting out all the
Yeah,
little floor tiles and like yeah,
that's
I loved
great.
every part of making it.
That's so awesome. I see these regular little stop motion reels of like someone cooking with miniature. It's actually usually like wool. It's like different kinds of wool doing a whole bunch of different cooking things. And wow, those are just every time I see those, I'm just like, why isn't everyone doing stop motion all the time? But yeah, oh, this is great. Anyways, let's watch the little sequence. Great.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to do it with sound on. Let's do some because the sound is it's actually a really nice sound that you've applied too. Great. Your first animated short.
Yep.
That's great. I almost
Yeah.
thought there might be some like yeah, you could put these in the video too, but yeah, awesome. Oh, so fun. And then here's the little set where it all takes place in case anyone didn't connect that. But wow. So great, Manal.
Thank
Well,
you.
that's so nice to see the whole thing together in one big piece. So if you could do the whole thing again, what would you do differently?
Lots of things.
Yeah.
um I think if I were to do it again, I might do the pieces in a different order than I did.
Okay.
I followed them like in the order that the portfolio lays them out in, but
Okay.
I think if I did them again, I would probably start with my least favorite parts
I see.
because I think I ended up procrastinating a little bit and then I pushed them and then I ended up being closer to the deadline with my least favorite parts to do.
Ah, okay.
And at that point, especially if you're still in high school, it's like exams are coming and you're getting to the end
Yeah.
of the semester and it's motivation is harder. So I would
Mm.
definitely start with the tasks I'm either the least comfortable in or I haven't tried or I don't particularly want to do.
Sure.
I would
Yeah.
start with that. Um,
Even to just get started a little bit. Like it's not like you need to
yeah,
finish the storyboard, but to start planning that out pretty much as soon as the portfolio requirements drop, it would I think that that's a great piece of advice.
yeah. And then the other thing is, I mean, I learned a lot while I was doing this. Like especially with you, I was kind of discovering like I started working on the portfolio in July of 2024,
Yeah.
but I thought I started it and I started making pieces that I thought would work, but once I started getting instruction from you, I
Mm.
realized that like I had a lot more to go and that I the pieces I had made didn't really qualify for the portfolio. So
Sure.
I would say just like explore a lot
Yeah.
and explore different genres and like the Sisters of Bell or the that's right, Sisters of Belleville, right?
The triplets.
Triplets, sorry.
They are sisters too, so
Oh, beautiful.
correct as well.
But like just explore a lot and just kind of be open to trying new things out.
Yeah, that's so great. And for anyone eventually potentially signing up for tutoring, always ask me about weird animation that I can suggest because I will talk about it for ages if you let me. But or just like different genres. I love just talking about like the vast diversity that is animation and like I think it's evident from everyone's portfolio, but from yours in particular, Manal, that there's just like it's like wow, what isn't animation? Like it's actually a lot of different things. Like here, you even built a physical set. Um, Filmmaking and story kind of like umbrellas the entire thing, I suppose, but it goes so much beyond that. There's so much thinking that can occur to even come up with like fun ideas in the first place. Like, who doesn't want to draw a gang of snails? Like, this it's just yeah, this is an option, folks. Like, is there a better thing to do for applying to college than draw a bunch of snails? I don't know. This is so great. So wonderful. Um, was there any advice that someone gave you that was, I mean, you kind of touched on this throughout, but that was really critical for you, Manon?
I mean, definitely when you told me I could push my weird and kind of when I came, especially when I was developing the older gentleman character,
Sure.
like when I came back every week and you kind of let me push it further to make it
Hmm.
look less human and honestly a little bit more bird-like. So
Yeah,
that helped me a lot to like feel comfortable leaning into what I was interested in and what like if I had a niche idea, then it was like okay for me to explore it and create
yeah,
something from it.
yeah,
Um, and then the other thing that I think stayed in my mind throughout making the portfolio is actually when I signed up for the guest lecture series and Zen did the one at the beginning.
yeah.
And he kind of just talked about like immersing yourself in the portfolio and
Mm,
like just like watching videos about it and like keeping your artwork hung up on your wall so you can think about it and stuff like that.
sure.
That kind of stuck with me throughout, I think, as well.
That's so great. Yeah. It's a wonderful, wonderful chat about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice because it's not like other assignments. It's not like assignments you do for school where you finish it and then it's like, all right, see ya, I did my best and there's that and then it's done, you move on to the next thing. This is just such an entirely different beast, really. It's like you might do it and then you find out you need to do it again or something requires a lot more skills before you can even begin it. There's so much to immerse yourself in. So I'm so glad that was a useful thing to remember for you. It is great to remember. And regarding the whole pushing your weird thing, I think like this is really worth thinking about for everyone because they see thousands of portfolios, right? Like they see so many. Many colleges and universities do that teach animation because it's such a sought after discipline. So, any way that you can be remembered and stand out a little bit. That's why, like, if you're into anything, even beyond animation, just like if you would love to use animation to express some kind of strange part of yourself or niche interest or whatever it might be, like, okay, perfect opportunity. That will help you stand out. So it is both fun for you, it's better for you, and it can potentially also be better for your portfolio. So yeah, and yeah, again, that's why I love looking through like pieces like this because I'm like, oh, it's just so fun. Like, look at that pose. Um, so what do you feel was your strongest and your weakest parts of your portfolio?
I think weakest definitely storyboards.
Sure.
I was newest at those, I think, and I didn't realize how much like went into picking camera angles and the 180 rule and all that stuff.
Sure.
So I think I learned the most along the way with that. And
Mm,
yeah, so I think that part would probably be my weakest.
yeah.
And then I was really proud of how my hands came out. I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So I think they're among my strongest. And then, I mean, the I was also just like proud wise, I was really happy with how the marinara sauce and Todd came out.
Yeah. Of
I had a
course.
lot of fun coming up with those, and I was just really proud of how they turned out.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you started this part of it like quite late, right? Like it was kind
Yes,
of wow. That's
I
that's
think I
so great.
started it in January.
Okay. The
So
11th hour, speak like as far as months go.
yeah.
That's
Well,
great.
thankfully, after I'd finished my exams in January, I basically had a week off. So I
Perfect.
spent that entire week working on the tiny kitchen. So
That's great.
yeah.
Wow. It's so fun. Where is it now? Who is it like,
It's actually right behind me.
oh,
It's right
that's
there.
so funny. Yeah, it's so funny how so much of this is like, digital and it exists somewhere on a drive, and then there's this, which literally exists in physical space. So
Yeah.
you don't get to say that all the time with portfolio work. That's
Yeah.
great. So, with unlimited resources and a staff at your disposal, Manon, what would be the animated production that you would make?
I mean, I think this is kind of odd, but I mean that goes with my vibes. But I would love to do some. I don't know if you've seen the crash course videos.
No.
They're more like educational style, but I would love to do. They're basically these two guys, John and Hank Green, and they make like science videos and history videos, but
Oh,
they have
cool.
animated components to them.
Okay.
And so like they've saved me for tests many times.
Wow.
But I would love to do something for a younger generation that is just as accessible and fun and kind of
Wow.
also is like an honest way of discussing things that we talk about at school, like mental health, for example.
Sure.
I would love to, if I had unlimited resources and I could access professionals that could help me make those, I would love to do
Wow.
that one day.
That is fantastic. What an amazing vision. And that is also a wonderful thing that like you could pick away at that, right? Like if you were to build some kind of like ongoing crowdfunding thing like a Patreon or even just the YouTube channel, like you could start very small and try that and then gradually build that and then eventually have this giant library of videos that you've made that oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
I would love to also hope maybe Todd could make it into that. I don't know if there's room, but
I
he's
would,
a
yes, Todd could be the mascot.
great. Yeah. Wow. That's so great though.
Funny enough,
Wow.
I was watching it. I don't know if you know what pangolins are, but
Oh yeah. They're a
I
bird.
was, they're like an armadillo.
Oh, an armadillo. Oh yeah, they're like the armored armadillo or
Yes.
the yeah,
I would
absolutely.
also love to animate those.
Oh wow. Please make
They're
a pangolin character.
Yes, I watched a documentary about them last night and they kind of walk like T-Rexes, which I didn't realize. Like they walk on two legs with their arms hanging in front of them and I was like,
Whoa, I
"Oh,
did not know that either.
that's
Huh.
asking to be animated."
Yeah. Oh, that's so fun. So you have your big, broad, grand vision, and then your microcosm too of just
Yes.
like, well, I mean, that one is more immediate. There is a walk cycle, quadruped walk cycle. Well, I guess that's a biped, but you could make him walk on all fours too, I'm sure. But that's a
Yeah.
project in I think year two. So yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to see your portfolio again, Manon. It's so great to revisit this with you. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful time at Sheridan next year, and thanks for sharing this with us.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Sure.
Yeah, I learned
Absolutely.
a lot from you, so thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, no problem. It was a pleasure.